Hey everybody, welcome back to the last season of Pretty Little Liars.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. I don't know what else I'm gonna do after this show's over.
I am really curious what we're going. Cause this is like an event show for us. Like literally, I don't watch live TV that much at all. Actually, like ever. And it's like the one show a week that I set aside 1 hour to actually sit there and watch it with commercials. That says something. That's saying something right there.
Yeah.
So when this show's over, I'm curious, like, what's going to fill that void, or do we just keep going? Just watch reruns and that's it? I don't know. I have to wait and see.
So they captured Hannah.
Well, I think we should give a big recap as far as where we're at when this episode started off. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I forgot a lot of shit. It almost lasts 15 minutes and it was enough to get me by. But basically, Mrs. D's sister she has a twin sister who was Charlotte's mother.
Yeah.
You find out that
Charles' mother was she.
Yeah. She comes back to town, and you find out that Elliot, which is Allison's fiance or no husband, they were married. They're in cahoots. He was dressed up as Wilden. They're awesome with these fucking masks and shit. And basically, they're making Allie go insane, and she's put in an institution because of this. And you realize that you don't quite know what their plot is just yet. Pretty much they're just trying to take back, I guess, the family fortune or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, they're wanting to know who killed Charlotte, and of course Hannah said she did. Come and get some. Well, they did, and she disappears. And then at this point, everybody's kind of working together, and that's where we left off. So we're starting it off.
Yeah. So at the beginning, there's like digging. They're digging and like.
I hate when they do that. I do hate when they show you something that happens at the end of the episode, and then they're like, "Well, 4 days before," and you're like, "Just get to it." Like I don't need the aftermath first. Let's get on my nerves a little bit.
So they get text about something about Hannah and the church bell. Mm-hmm. So they run there and they find her, but it's not her. It's a dummy.
But you can tell in real life it was really the actors.
It's a
actually.
dummy.
But yeah, like I said, these guys know how to do their masks and stuff, so they pull the mask off and it's a dummy. Baby doll.
Baby doll head. And it says they have 24 hours or Hannah dies to tell them who killed Cece.
Yep.
Yeah. So next is Hannah's locked in like a basement type.
Oh, she's in captivity for sure.
Yeah, she's locked up.
In a night shirt and panties.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck happened
and a
here?
big freaking
oh yeah, dude.
blood right
and
there.
I'm not sure how far you're on this, but dude, they tortured the fuck out of her. Like, you thought the dollhouse was bad, dude. They were like, did electroshock shit on her, and obviously she was beaten before.
Yeah, freaking like they spray something on her like water or something.
Of course, she's kept pitch black and everything, but yeah. But yeah, it's pretty. It got a little darker than it normally does, which I was okay with.
And we already talked about everyone's teaming up to find Hannah.
Yes, and I do like that aspect of it. Now I'm gonna talk later on about how it kind of went to shit, but it was cool. Mona, the three remaining liars, and then of course you had their I don't want to say boyfriends, respective exes or whatever you call them now, but. Which I'm not gonna lie, I feel so sorry for Spencer. Because, clearly Caleb is still madly in love with Hannah. But I'm just like, she's so wrong for you, bro. Like, you can do so much better. But I guess the heart wants what the heart wants, so.
Yeah, so Caleb and Mona are, teaming up, following Mary Drake.
Yeah, that's Mrs. D's twin sister.
Yeah. Following her, and they...
Which, by the way, they were literally, it's nighttime, so they had their headlights on. They're 5 feet behind their van. And they're like, well, I think she's lost or she's leaving us. I'm like, well, she probably knows you're fucking following her. You're only 5 feet behind. Holy shit. And then they're kill the lights. I'm like, you had your headlights on? She's going to realize that when she looks in her mirror, there's a person behind her that's been behind her for the past hour. I'm not going to lie, as much as I love this show, logic goes out the window quite a bit.
Yeah, so Mary Drake goes to Spencer's house. She's like, is your parents home? She's like, no.
Yeah.
And,
pretty creepy moment, really.
and she invites her in for tea, and they talk about Cece and her mom.
Which thing is...
And Cece, and Jessica's mom, or her sister.
Yeah.
Talk about her sister.
But, and of course, we find out prior to this that Mary Drake now owns the Lost Woods Resort, which is, you know, the hotel that they always go to out in the woods, or motel they always go out in the woods. And the thing is, she knows that someone's honing in on her. I mean, she probably knows liars, but because she reported, you know, break-in, which was, you know, the liars. So.
Yeah. Next is Azaria. They sneak into there and they're trying to find something inside the house that.
Right, yeah, they're trying to find a clue that matches that, you know, try to link Allison or whatever to the crime. So
yeah.
Which I don't know. You got them at the bar yet, or did you even write that down? Wasn't a big part. Here's where the plane goes to shit, because I really liked this scene. Because I know like everybody online was just like, you got time to do this? And this made sense to me. They all went ahead and they wrote on they wrote on a piece of paper who they thought the killer was, like who killed, you know, Charlotte. And a majority of them said Allison. There was one for Mona, one for Spencer, which is really kind of like, what the fuck? And then of course one was blank. But then they, you know, they all had their plan. Like they all did their own shit. And I'm probably jumping ahead, but I'm sorry I got to.
Yeah, how about Emily visits Allie and
well, that's not what I'm talking about. What happens is at one point they overhear Mary Drake talking to somebody, and they track it to this bar. And at this point, Ezra and Arya split up. So Arya, they call Spencer. Spencer calls Arya and is like, head over there. And she goes up there by herself, and I'm like, you guys are a team. Like, when has it ever worked out for you guys to go alone? Like, why is, you know, Toby or fucking Ezra not on call right now to go to this bar as well? And then she goes to the bar, she just sits there for a couple minutes, and then she just leaves. Like, she does no investigation, and then goes back to Ezra and to hook up with him. I'm like, are you fucking for real? Hannah is, like, in a barn somewhere, about to be murdered, execution style, and you're a fucking... I don't know. That really irritated the fuck out of me. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Sorry, go ahead. But yeah, they were in the house. They were trying to look for stuff, and then Emily went to
visit, and she, Allie said something about she made that she killed.
Well, she just said like, you know, forgive me for my sins or something like that. She didn't come out and say I killed Cece. So that's another thing too. I'm just like, this seems too perfect. But of course, Emily just being as dumb as ever, she just like, yep, she did it.
And she lied about it.
Yeah, because that's another thing.
Lied about seeing Allie.
Like, right off the bat, like, this team's unraveling fucking quick. And of course, I don't know, George, this is not, but, you know, Caleb and Spencer, was a big strain there. At one point, Spencer's talking to him on the phone, trying to, you know, she's like, I'm going to head back. And then he's just like, yeah, whatever. And he hangs up on her. I'm like, I feel so bad for Spencer.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, just go back to Toby. I'm like, she don't have to set up for Toby either. They were made for each other. Spencer and Caleb are made for each other. But whatever.
We already talked about how Mona and Caleb tracked down.
Yeah.
Mary Drake was talking to.
Okay, sorry, I did jump in.
And Emily had a flashback when she was in the room searching for something. I guess a key or something.
Yeah. No, they're just looking for evidence. It wasn't a key. It's just evidence. And of course, that she finds the red coat.
Yeah.
Because remember...
stuff she's giving away to Goodwill.
Yeah.
And
well, no, but Arya and Ezra, the night that Cece was killed, they saw somebody with blonde hair and a red coat run into the church. And they're assuming now, because when they found Cece, she wasn't wearing that. So they know, you know, and of course she finds that red coat. Or it's not red, more of a red jacket, I guess, but like a hoodie. But anyway, they find it. So, and I guess
bottom of Goodwill.
So it has the evidence on it and everything.
And then she finally tells them that about Allie, how she admitted that she killed Cece.
Like, wait till like the fucking last minute. I'm just like, are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then Caleb grabs one of their phones, sneaks out, and I texted like, Allie killed.
Yeah. Goes ahead and... So that's all I want. That you just trade... whoever was responsible in for Hannah. And that was the deal. And Caleb, I don't fault Caleb for that. I kind of hate the fact that it's breaking up, him and Spencer. But at the same time, I would have done the same thing. It's your friend who's wrongly accused, so.
Yeah. And then Hannah escaped, but she kind of did, but she kind of didn't.
Yeah, right into Mrs. D or Mary Drake.
Yeah.
Which that was a really good scene too, because that was like straight out of a horror movie. It's like she ran like Texas Chainsaw Massacre style, like through the woods in her underwear and shirt,
no shoes,
and then she runs out in the middle of the street. She's like, "Help!" And then finally the car comes back. I was like, as soon as the car came back, I was like, "Nah, this ain't gonna be good," because everybody we know is already back at the house. So I was like, "It's gotta be." I figure it's gonna be Mrs. Drake or it's gonna be Elliot and turn out to be Mrs. Drake.
Yeah. And then Elliot whispers to Allison, she's like, "I know you killed Charlotte."
Yeah.
And he reveals that
he ends up injecting her or something that's going to probably dope her up or whatever.
Yeah.
But he didn't plan on killing her.
He's like, he reveals who he really is.
Yeah, he reveals exactly that, somewhat his plot. And doesn't plan on killing her, just plans on making her spend her life in an insane asylum, all fucked up. Which, kind of ridiculous, because I'm like, if your plan is to get rid of her and take her inheritance, like, you should get rid of her. Like, keeping her alive really serves no purpose whatsoever, because that means she's going to get out. Yeah. The liars will eventually somehow intervene and she'll be saved, but... Yeah. Alrighty. That's it. I will say, because I'll be honest with you, was not... I don't know. I
was kind of looking forward to them, in this episode, digging and saying whatever that is. But apparently, I watched a video, and that don't happen to at the end of the season.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
I
just hate how they put
that's what I'm yeah, I'm just like, if just give me a linear fucking story.
If it's not in this episode, why do they put it in the episode? You're like, oh, I'm looking forward to this part right there, but it doesn't happen.
I'll say right now, I wasn't really looking forward to this episode. I'm not looking forward to this season. And it wasn't like, I don't know, it's weird to explain. I just feel like the show's over. Like, we should have ended it season 6. I really believe that. They kept going with it, but I think once you found out who A was, show over. But this episode, it wasn't bad. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of filler coming up. Because I remember last season, there's a lot of filler in there. And I just want to get to the meat of the story. Let's get past some of this small shit. No filler in this episode, but it is a season premiere. They usually your season premiere and finales, or even mid-season finale and premieres, are usually pretty solid.
I heard that the third episode is supposed to be really good.
Really?
By Turson.
Like I said, I liked it. It is what it is. I'm not going to stop watching. I mean, the show can get really bad. I'll still finish it up. I mean, we put way too much time invested in this. I don't know. I just kind of feel like they better do something good, because, I mean, literally, right now, this is the story they're going with. The whole, because we already know who the villains are. We know, what's going on. So, I mean, there's no mystery anymore. At all. So, I'm kind of, I don't know. But I am curious to see, where it goes. I'm curious to see, as much as, it's a soap opera, where all the relationships are going to end up. Who's going to end up with who at the end. I mean, I'm sure they're going to keep the status quo and keep everybody together at the end. But
I kind of hope they have, a spin-off series, later.
I wish. Well, they tried to have a spin-off series once. Didn't work out for them. I will say, I thought one thing was odd. Very odd. And I'm talking from just a psychological standpoint. Was there's before Hannah escapes, she has this dream that Spencer's in there with her. And I thought it was really odd that was who she dreamt of, because she's friends with all of them. I mean, they're all bonded. It's like, but why Spencer?
She's a smart one.
I guess, but it's like she wasn't looking for... She was looking for more just someone to be there, I mean, it could have been anybody in her head. It could have been her mother. It could have been Allie. I mean, it could have been anybody up here, Mona. But she... I don't know, I thought that was kind of an odd choice. But I liked it. I did like it.
Or if they're going to show the parents and when they know that Hannah's missing.
But it all happened so quick, sweetie. This is all one night. They went, or 2 nights, I guess. But you went to the Lost Woods Inn, a resort. She gets kidnapped. You had 24 hours to pick her up. 24 hours went. I'd say at this point they're just trying to find her, instead of because why tell the mom, get the police involved, and because I mean at that point they just they kill her anyway. So,
yeah.
But it does look you wonder. I mean, will Mrs. Drake bring her back, or is she just gonna take her to another place to make her captive? Because Hannah was missing from that earlier scene.
Yeah.
When they're digging a hole. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, thumbs up. I'll be here next week. So.
Yeah. So that's it. So.
What are your thoughts on the episode?
I liked it. I just hate how they put a scene when it's not happening till later on.
They do that a lot, but it does get on my nerves because.
I guess apparently this is the season for the answers. Which they say
well, it should be. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say it should be. It's the last fucking. I mean, there's still questions at the end of the season. I'm gonna be pissed. Like, really? You guys couldn't solve everything for us?
And hopefully, there's no cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah.
That would suck. Like, what's gonna happen?
No, big cliffhanger. But if you leave it open for another story, I'd be okay with that. Yeah. Not necessarily I don't want to have someone fall off a cliff and oh, did they make it? We don't know, show over. But if it's something a subtle thing, there's still another A out there, or maybe, at the end if they kill somebody and then you find out that person's still alive or something like that, I'd be okay with that. In case they ever decide to, do a spin-off or bring it back or whatever, so. But.
I believe that's it till Friday.
What are you doing Friday?
It's a secret.
Can you keep it?
Alright.
So.
That's it till Friday, and see you guys next week on another PLL review.
Yeah.